Hello everybody and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as J-Monster, and you're watching the Battle of Blackfire Pass. This is the first historical battle that we're going to be doing with Call of Warhammer, which is a fantastic mod by a Russian team. I recommend that you guys all go and check it out. I'll put a link for you in the description down below, so go and download this. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to get all the parts together and to get the whole thing assembled, so I warn you, some assembly is required, but it is absolutely worth it, and I'll show you guys why in just a moment. But first, we're going to get into some history on this battle, because that is what you guys are all here for, I assume. So, the Battle of Blackfire Pass is one of the more important battles fought in the old world of Warhammer Fantasy. It cements the relationship between the dwarves and the burgeoning Empire. The Empire is not quite a thing at this point, and our army is composed of mostly like light troops and that sort of thing to reflect this fact. But it seals the destiny of the Empire and the dwarves. They are allied once again, and the dwarves promise to keep the Blackfire Pass free of the invading goblin hordes. So, on that note, this is the culmination of Sigmar Heldenhammer's campaign to free the human kingdoms from the orc and goblin menace. And just like in Warhammer 40k, if you guys are familiar with them, the orcs rely heavily on numbers, and they are friggin' everywhere. There's so many of them, it's not entirely clear how they reproduce, but I'm pretty sure I think it's still spores. I'm not as familiar with Warhammer Fantasy as I am with the 40k franchise or with other franchises, but I'm pretty sure it's spores, so they're basically like a really bad fungal infection that you have to stamp out before it takes over everything. So Sigmar leads his army, the United Tribes. I think there's like 12 or something, 12 or 14 United Tribes of men, who you can see here in our army composition. Mostly all light troops, and on his side he has a force of dwarves under, I can't remember which dwarf king, I apologize, but the general unit is right here, and it's basically a giant beer keg, and I did that because why not? It's awesome. And all these dwarves seem to be facing the opposite direction of what they should be, because their enemy is going to come up behind them, but whatever. So yeah, there you go, that's the history for this battle. We're going to take a quick look at our army composition here, and then we're going to get into it. So right here we've got Sigmar Heldenhammer and his heavy troops, the only units we have that are in plate. Behind them we have this unwashed barbarian horde here of a bunch of barbarians with huge beards. They're a bunch of homeless guys. They work pretty similar to the barbarians in Rome too. They just go nuts, and they have like lots of hit points, but they're lightly armored. And behind them we have some bondsmen who are, I think, like medium kind of infantry. They're probably the heaviest infantry that we have available to us in this battle. Or among them, anyway. And here we've got Munz's Outlaw Infantry. Looks like they're super light infantry. They don't even have shields. This is going to be a tough fight for us. And in front of them we have these bondsmen who have throwing spears and wield an axe in the other hand. And then right behind them we have 3 units of Ragnar Wolves, which are some light cavalry, which I'm pretty sure are like uncorrupted Chaos Norska tribes in the context of the lore. But in the context of this battle, they are just some of our light cav that we have available to us. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start the battle. I hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, we are doing this in real time. We've got 3 armies of orcs and goblins that we're facing off against who hugely outnumber us. But we have sort of a quality advantage over them. So they've got a lot of these like forest goblins. There's just so many of them, and I'm not entirely sure how we're going to defend this pass. But I think they're all going to converge on the middle, which will give us a bit of an advantage here. We can probably charge down the hill and yes, sort of thin out their numbers that way, because we're going to have to use the advantage of position here. Otherwise, we're just going to crumble. Most of the heavy infantry belongs to the dwarves, and yeah, we're just a lightly armed band of unwashed barbarians, so it's going to be tough for us to take on all of these orcs and goblins all at the same time. A lot of lag right now. It's not going to get any better, I warn you, if that's something that you absolutely despise. You may want to turn off the video now, because there's a lot of goblins here. I think orcs and goblins, I think there's like 8,000 of them to our, maybe we've got 4,000 troops or something like that, so I think there's about 12,000 people in this battle. So we're going to reposition our infantrymen here, the main kind of body of our infantry force. And, oops. We're going to move our cavalry around here in response to this massive orc rush. And these guys right here we're going to keep in a strong defensive position, just in case these other orcs right here decide to come up the middle. And we're going to get down there and we're going to smash them. I'm hoping that they funnel themselves into here. That would definitely be the best for us. Looks like they are going to do that for the most part, although they are going to leave some of their troops in a... or they're going to run some of the troops along the ridge here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some units of bondsmen in here if we can. A couple units I think ought to fit across here. Nope, apparently not. I'm going to quickly do this if we can. There we go. Bam. Have them run down there. Have these guys run up to support them. And then after they hack their way through our bondsmen, they're going to have to deal with these guys. And then just behind them, to guard our rear and our flanks here, we're going to have the Heldenhammer and his very, very beastly bodyguards. So it looks like battle is about to be joined on this side here. What do they got running at us? Big guns. Okay, so we're going to have to get some distance here and charge at them. Because they have like 2 hit points. They're like the really super badass orcish people. Okay, so let's do this. Have them start hucking their javelins at these orcs down here. Oh my god, they're not gonna... I did it too late! We're doomed! I don't know, maybe we got a couple volleys off. So hopefully we can hold the line there. We're gonna have to throw our cavalry into the mix here, otherwise we're going to get ourselves flanked heavily. And they've got some black orcs there to support their main line, their main assault here to try and flank us. Move these guys over onto this flank so we can try and hold the line a bit. Let's see what's going on over here. Looks like we've got some orc boys. They're absolutely not a match for our troops. Let's see how things are going over here. Looks like the dwarves are just trying to get themselves into position to fight the orcish army that's approaching them, but they have our... what is that? Yeah, that's our right flank. They have that nice and locked down for us. So it looks like the orcs are crashing into us here. We're having quite a hard time holding the line. Looks like some of them are managing to get through. Our cavalry is getting butchered. Oh my god, no. Get out of there, boys. Well, it looks like they managed to take quite a number of those orcs with them. But there's just more of them pouring in. It's gonna be pretty hard for us to hold the line in that area. But we've got all of our troops here. They should be able to hold the line against all these orcs here, although it looks like they're backing out of the pass, so we're going to have to keep an eye on them and whatever it is that they're doing. Looks like most of these... Oh no, we've routed a few units of big guns here, so it looks like our cavalry had managed to do their job really well. So we're going to have them come over here and try and rout this unit of black orcs, because they're going to be a real problem. That's the orcish elite, and I think that's also where their general is, so if we can take them out, we might be able to rout most of this goblin host and then free up the rest of our troops to come over here. So it looks like Sigmar is going to be rushing into battle here. The orcs here have turned around. We're not going to commit all of our elites to that fight yet, because I see that they're bringing a large portion of their army over on this ridge here, so we're going to try and hold the line. So far we've killed 6%. It's about even. Looks like they're bringing more and more troops to come around and flank the troops that we have in the valley. That's not very good for us. Hopefully our dwarven allies are going to be able to stop them from doing that. Although there is quite a large force of orcs and goblins here. It looks like we managed to break them in the center. Yeah, it looks like we have overrun what troops they sent against us here. So we're going to commit all of our troops to that. Try and surround these orcish forces here that are left on the ridge. We're going to send our cavalry over this way on a suicide charge against these guys. Try and take out as many of them as we possibly can. Charge! Looks like they routed these guys. These guys are routed hard. They're not too sure what to do with themselves. We routed this entire wing here. So we're going to pull our cav back and get them ready for another charge. Try and conserve their numbers as best we can. So far, things are going really well. Looks like we've killed 12% of the enemy. They've killed 10% of us. It looks like a large orc and goblin force is coming over there to flank us. We're going to have to commit these guys. We're going to have to pull off our berserkers here. A couple units of them to hold off these orcs here in the canyon. And we're just going to wait for our allies to take care of these orcs here, because I have complete faith in the dwarf forces to take care of the orc and goblin army. What we got? How are we doing here? Looks like our what are these guys? Huskarls? Yeah, our Huskarls here are holding the line. Whoa. We're going to throw our cavalry into there. Try and support our troops over here. Looks like there's more goblins that are coming out of the pass here to try and overrun these Huskarls. So we're not going to let that happen. We got to protect our troops as best we can. Looks like wherever our cav goes, they just rout enemies. Like, these guys can't stand up to them. I think they may have lost their general or something like that. Although I don't see any notifications here. Maybe they just have terrible morale. So our light infantry is doing extremely well against the just massive amount of heavy infantry that is being thrown against them. I'm going to throw both of our units of berserkers into that fight there. Looks like the priests of Ulrich are fighting numerous units here. They're at a position disadvantage, and they're still managing to kick a lot of ass. These guys on the front here, apparently defeat is a certainty. So we're going to throw some more troops at these guys, try and stop these orcs from getting around us to flank our unit of warrior priests here. I'm surprised. We're doing really well, but I'm surprised how well the AI is playing. I mean, they're really making an effort to outflank us. It looks like a large body of the dwarven troops here have managed to hang up a lot of these orcish infantry from coming over here and supporting their units against our warrior priests of Ulrich. Down here, our berserkers are kicking ass. They're just running these guys out of town. It's a slaughter. So our cavalry here has just routed a huge amount of these orcish troops here. Wherever they go, the orcs just run away. They can't stand up to these very fierce light cavalrymen, these Ragnar wolves. I'm impressed, really. We haven't even killed their general, and we're just running them over. So those guys have been routed. So we're going to bring our cavalry around to this ridge here to crush these guys, and then eventually we're going to come over here to support our general, Sigmar Heldenhammer, he's doing very well for himself. Chant, what does that do? Guess that's like a war cry or something, maybe. I don't know what it does. Or we're going to use it. We're going to find out. We're going to bring our cavalry around this side, try and rout these orcs and goblins here. It looks like we've managed to do that with at least one unit. We're going to destroy them. These guys are starting to waver, so there's not going to be too many of them left, and then we're going to be able to run into the backs of these guys and start crushing two orcish armies at once. So Sigmar, the Heldenhammer, is holding his ground. Many of these orcish troops are now shaken. They don't like fighting us in a position where their numbers don't really matter, where they can't overlap us and crush us on the flanks. Looks like there's a large number of Biggins here that are coming to join the fight. These Ulrich priests here, still says victory is certain, but they are surrounded on almost all sides. Let's see how things are going over here for our dwarven allies. Whoa! That's some serious lag. Thousands and thousands of dead orcs, so it looks like they are starting to pummel the dwarves into submission, which is not good. I did not expect that. We seem to be doing better than our heavily armored allies do. Did they manage to save the beer keg? Where's the beer keg? Enemy general fallen. Okay, yes, the beer keg is safe. It's over here. It's able to support their troops with a nice morale buff, which I believe is the point of it. It's kind of like the crosses and stuff from the vanilla medieval. It just gives you like some passive bonuses, so it's pretty cool. Ragnar's wolves. Okay, we're gonna run them into. It looks like they've already run most of the orcs that were on that ridge out of town, so we're gonna send them over there behind our enemies. Start crushing these guys. So we have completely annihilated the orcs on this end, so we're going to reform our troops in this pass here. Our very depleted troops, it did take its toll on us, those two great victories, but it was most definitely worth it because we managed to crush one orcish army, and we're holding up more than half of it. We're allowing our allies over on our right flank to deal quite handily with the orcish invaders. Oop. Nope. You guys stay doing what you're doing. Just stop. Yeah, chill out. Okay, it looks like our cavalry is confused about what I want them to do. Get over there. Get over there, you fools. Probably... Oh, no, they're still fresh. So these guys they're doing great. Fresh and warmed up. Oh, you have to excuse me. It's, again, it's allergy season, so I'm a little stuffed up. It's pretty miserable. So these guys are holding their ground really well. You can just see, like, a wall of dead greenskins just trodden under their feet. The orcs are having to fight over the dead bodies of thousands of their comrades. These guys need to get into the battle here. These guys are not doing nearly as well, although apparently victory is certain, but I have my doubts. I have my doubts. At least not until our light cavalry joins the battle, so that's Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. The orcs in this pass here are completely trapped. So far, we've killed 2/3 of their army, and they've killed 40% of ours. It's a very, very, very bloody battle. Let's take a look on this ridge here. Yeah, these guys just cut through the orcs like they were nothing. The orcs don't even know which way to go. They're running this way and that. They're just getting pummeled to death by these axe-wielding, or these hammer-wielding maniacs. And looks like the remnants of our army here have reformed. We're going to commit these guys to the fight over here. We're just going to run our troops because I'm sure they're all exhausted at this point anyway. Or many of them are winded and warmed up. So, yeah, they can stand the run. Yeah, it looks like our troops here have crashed into the backs of these orcs. They no longer have anywhere to hide. They are stuck. So they can't even rout. They're just going to fight to the death. They're shaken so far. Our cav is they're just pummeling these black orcs to death. One of them just went down there. So our troops are supporting these beleaguered wolf priests of Ulrich. The orcs have found themselves attacked on all sides here. They only have one area of retreat left to them, and the dwarves are going to very quickly cut that off. This area over in here. How are we doing? How are our buddies doing here? They are fighting hard. Victory is apparently certain for them, but there's quite a lot of orcs left to go around. So it looks like we may have to bail our buddies here out of the shit. Looks like we have, yeah, this orcish army here is effectively crushed. They're 82% killed and wounded. The dwarves, yeah, you can just see a sea of dead greenskins here. The dwarves held the line. They gave no ground to the orcish invaders, the stubborn dwarves, and there is the victory. So we're going to continue for a little bit while I talk about the aftermath of this battle. I'm going to send our troops here to run down whatever greenskin survivors. So this battle saw the end of the largest orcish army to I think ever be seen, even to the present day in the Warhammer fantasy lore. It secured the southern Blackfire, I believe it's in the south anyway, but it secured the Blackfire Pass for the dwarves in the Empire, connecting the Empire to all of the lands that lie beyond, so the border princes and that sort of thing. Uh-oh, enemy general. Okay, that's good. Curvalega has fallen. And as I said earlier, it cemented the friendship between the dwarves and the humans of the Empire, which you can consider a little bit like the British-Portuguese military alliance. It's, as far as I know, it is the longest-running alliance, unbroken alliance in Warhammer history. I'm pretty sure most of the other factions have probably fought together at some point. I know the dwarves and the elves certainly have. But yeah, that is the Battle of Blackfire Pass. I hope you guys enjoyed. The orcs are at 92% killed. You can just see the carnage here. A massive, massive battle. We crushed them in every theater of battle here. They just, yeah, they had nothing against the united tribes of men and the very powerful heavy infantry of the Dwarven King. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and what's coming up next? You're probably going to see some more Sylvan Elves. I'm really digging that series. I love it so much. Definitely going to be some Westeros in the near future, too. We're going to be playing as the Dornish. It's decided I haven't found any mods yet that I'm interested in, but maybe I'll find something. Maybe we'll do another era or something like that, like the Age of Petty Kings. I know that a guy who I've played multiplayer battles with before, his name is Admiral Thrawn. He's working on the Age of Petty Kings, which is a really cool mod. It expands the rosters for a lot of the vanilla factions, although it does push the timeline back like several thousand years or something. But yeah, look forward to much more Total War in the future. Maybe we'll start doing some vampires and some other stuff too, just depending on kind of what people want to see. So please feel free to let me know. I'm always interested in what you guys have to say. So yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.